What's happening, my friends? So, just got done with a run and I wanted to share this with you. As you see today, I got a book through from an old client of mine, Dennis. When we started working with each other, he was talking about writing a book, and now the reality is he has written a book, and I'm really excited to fucking look forward to reading it, because it's just about his life and how he turned his life around. Now, in the message that he sent me about the sting in his story, right? He said, you know, thank you for taking the sting out of my story. Look, at the end of the day, and here's the thing, I got a kind of message from people saying to me, well done. Look, I'm not going to disregard the work that I done, right? I'm not going to disregard that, because I usually do that. I usually kind of play it down and disregard. I'm just trying to get the lighting a bit better because it's shit, and disregard the great work that we did do together. But at the end of the day, it was Dennis that done the work. It was Dennis that put the work in, right? It was Dennis that always showed up and took action. That's one thing I can say about Dennis, is he took action. He went from inaction to action. Now, you know, he sent me this and he said, thank you for taking the sting out of the story. And I remember, right, he had this story. So we done a specific challenge for a month that got him to break out of his story. Then we done another challenge with him to get him moving forward with his book writing and get him through his story, right? And I remember this very specifically. And when he read that, when he sent that to me, I was like, man, that was powerful for me, right? Powerful for me. It was a win for me, right? As well as a win for him. Now, I'm sitting indoors early and I've got to get 4 mile running. And I'm sitting there and I'm playing with the kids. I feel tired, my knees aching, my back's aching, it's getting cold out, right? I've got a bit of a tummy ache, I'm not feeling too great, and plus I started telling myself, what's it gonna matter if I skip just one run? What's it gonna matter if we just skip one run? We can make up for it next week, right? If we just skip one run, it's not gonna hurt anyone. And I sat there and I was reflecting on it. Not reflecting, I was sitting there and all of a sudden I just thought, I see Dennis's book, what was on the side, taking the sting out your story. Look, we all have fucking stories, we all tell ourselves stories, we all create stories to keep ourselves comfortable. So what did I do? I got my lazy ass up, put my running trainers on, got out there and started running, right? And I want to share this with you, is how we took the sting out of Dennis's story, right? I'm going to share this secret. This is how we took the fucking sting out of Dennis's story. We took action. We didn't think about it. We didn't overdwell on it. We didn't wait for a nice feeling. We didn't sit there trying to figure out our thinking. We didn't sit there and say, oh, it's all just feeling or it's all just thought. We didn't sit there trying to pick all the bones out of it and wait for a perfect day, or when all the stars are aligned and all the ducks are in a row. Do you know what we done? We got into action. What I done earlier, I didn't overthink it. I felt these stories coming up, and how I took the sting out of the story is I put my fucking shoes on and got out and run. And you know what? I run probably one of the best 4 miles I've ever run, and I felt good, right? Because the more we quit on ourselves, the more we allow those stories to win, what we do is program our minds to consistently put things off and allow those stories to beat us and win. When how you take the sting out of the story is you get your fucking ass up and start moving in the opposite direction as to what that story is telling you what not to do. Too tired, too late, too cold, legs are aching. I'm telling you, that was probably one of the best runs I've ever done, and I enjoyed every fucking minute of it, right? And the challenge of it. So the lesson is here, right? Simply this: to take the sting out your story, do the opposite of what the story is telling you not to do. Get into action. As you get into action, you figure this shit out. I don't run with headphones. I don't run with any motivational music. There was no motivation when I was sitting indoors earlier. There was no inspiration sitting indoors earlier. I didn't stick a Joe Rogan thing on for motivation or anything else. It was just fucking pulling my laces up, getting out there and start running. Into action. Action trumps fucking everything, and in action you start figuring out all this fucking shit and all this crap that's going on inside your head. Listen, that's it for me. I'm off home now. Enjoy the rest of your evening.